been a minute, and that's not for any excusable reason. I'm just a lazy guy. Signed up for a bunch of competitions. That was a big goal this year. That is a big goal. I haven't even done the competitions yet, but I've already got these competitions signed up on the way. I'm going to compete in my first IBJJF competition, which is the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation. That's the biggest one. They have one of those coming up in Ireland in April. I've signed up for that. That cost a pretty penny. Jiu-Jitsu is an expensive sport to compete in, but it's the big one, and I missed it last year, and I was kind of kicking myself. So I'm getting that done. And before that, I have one in March. The 1st of March, I'm going to be competing in grappling series, which I am a veteran in. No, I'm not a veteran, but like I've competed in that a couple times. Been a minute since I've competed in it. They've got a new location now, bigger location, so that's quite exciting. And that's good because a lot of my club will be in that as well, so there'll be a lot of support, which is very good. And hopefully that will shake off some of the competition rust and have me a bit more prepared for Dublin. Dublin is the big one. So in terms of jiu-jitsu, that's the main one. Still trying to get over a couple of injuries, elbow injury, thumb injury, but they should all be good by the time competition gets around. They're just small little niggles. Going into the library now to get a bit of work in, to get a bit of study in, just keep tipping away, get out of the house, because it's very easy for me to just say, oh, I'll get all the shit done at home. I know myself, I won't do that, and I can't afford, like I said, bringing it back to the timing, I can't afford to have days where I'm slacking off. I'm in the works of thinking of getting a new car, but see, a car is like the number one thing I'm kind of saving for, but I don't know what to put my money towards. I don't want to put it towards holidays. I'm afraid to spend it on nights out, because I just don't want to be going down. I can really cut down on food spending, which is a good thing. Because I really wanted a car, I was completely locked in until like 2 days ago. I was completely set in a car. I was thinking of throwing everything into a car and building it back up from there. And that's really helped me save. So when I look at that, I'm thankful, because the outcome is, only so far, I haven't even gotten a car, but the outcome is I've actually saved a ton, because I've just been cutting my expenses. And food used to be a big one, because you're in college, so instead I'm just eating big meals at home or fasting until the evening. I need an amount of money for May. I'm trying to plan holidays with some of my friends for May. It just feels like I can't afford to just buy a car. I feel like May will just come way too soon, and I'm going to not have the money. And I'll have to book that holiday soon as well. I can't just book the holiday in May. You have to book the holiday like a couple of months in advance, which is around now. So what do? I feel, but on the bright side, it's a lovely day, and I've gotten very used to using the car without the radio, especially in the morning when I'm waking up and when I'm getting ready and driving myself to the day. I don't want it to be overly stimulating. I find it's actually more irritating. It's kind of like forcing yourself to watch TikTok late at bed. You're uncomfortable watching it because you're really tired, you want to go to bed, but your dopamine addiction's fighting that fatigue, fighting that like melatonin. No work today, so I'm behind on the steps. Usually at this hour I'd be already 6,000, 7,000 steps in because of work. It's a Friday, so the library will be very quiet. Talk to you guys later. What is this weather? All of a sudden summer just decided to come early. I figured I'd get back into recording because recently I've decided to start my day with zero noise in the car. No radio, no Spotify. It was one morning on the way to work when I'm half asleep driving, and I was just like, I just turned off the music for a sec, and the relief of just no noise, because usually I would try to cram in as much of my favourite songs as possible before, work starts. Try to get my groove on, try to get positive vibe in today. But in the back of my mind, I was like an irritation. It's like, this is uncomfortable. But then at the same time, I was like, but you have to get these songs in before you get started on work. And I was about a 10-15 minute drive, so I was like, okay, I can only put on about 3 or 4 songs before I get to work. But then I turned off the radio, and the relief of just the quiet, it was so much nicer than just the dopamine hit of hearing their songs. So it's given me the excuse to start recording more, because in the beginning when I recorded, I was a bit annoyed that I couldn't listen to my music at the same time. Video a couple of days ago of me on the way to college that I didn't record the full day because I was going to get to record, me in the library, me going to jiu-jitsu, all that stuff. But then I tweaked my elbow in training, which kind of took up my attention because I was afraid I really hurt it badly. I didn't hurt it badly, but I can't really train at the moment. Can't train hard, and in the gym I can't do a lot of upper body, and it's annoying, it's just one arm, but it's grand now, but the more work you do on it, the pain just builds up, even though I can pull most things, so I can still train back and biceps, but I can't overly tense the arm. I was doing sets of pull-ups yesterday, and just even tensing the arm a lot gives a lot of it aggravates it a lot. So I guess that's my calling to start getting back into more leg days, which is almost worse. I love recording as well when it's sunny weather. What better excuse than to show off Ireland's consistent tropical climate? Just your regular day. This is the worst weather you'll see in Ireland. And in terms of college, this week is called Rag Week. For those of you outside of Ireland, or not in college, this is Rag Week, which is party week pretty much. Some colleges are off. Our college is not off. Some people even have exams this week, which God bless them, because they're going to have to balance the party scene with the exam scene. I'm going to go in now. Already missing my first lecture, but fuck 'em. I'm going to go to the library now, and I have a couple ideas there's a couple ideas that hit my mind in work. I spend a lot of time thinking about my business, because the great thing about Duns is mindless work. It gives me a lot of chance to just think as I do my stuff. It's so easy. I don't even have to think about packing or all. You can just pack. There's sometimes I zone out of work and I'm thinking about things, and then it's been an hour and I've got so much shit packed and I don't remember packing any of it. That's how mindless it is, which is great because I can just spend the whole time thinking about things. And I have this thing. So my shifts are usually 5:30 to 11, sometimes 12 depending on the order size. Nowadays it's quite manageable, but I have this every morning. There's this period where my brain just goes into thinking. It chooses a thought, or there's a thought that hits me and I just end up thinking about that for an hour and a half, and it's between about 6:30 to 8, and I call it thinking hour. Because it's always one thing, and my mind just thinks about it. And a lot of times it's not even a business thought; it can just be something. But what I've tried to do recently is force it to be a business thought, because there were a lot of days where I thought about the wrong things. I thought about negative thoughts, I thought about positive thoughts, and you really feel really good if it's a positive thought, but you really feel really bad if it's a negative thought. That's how powerful thinking hour was. It would literally set up your mood for the day. You go down a rabbit hole in it. And that's really good if it's a good thing, but a bad thing, it can really throw you off your day. So I try to force myself to start thinking about businesses, and maybe I do that by throwing on a podcast or something early on. Manager doesn't come in till about 7 or 7:30, so sometimes I throw on music in the very beginning while I'm getting my stuff ready, and let this guy get past me. I'd throw on a bit of music, and I'd always try to have it set myself up so that the thought during thinking hour would be positive. And like most of the time I try to make a business talk because that's the thing that I want to be thinking about the most, and I want to have the most new ideas for. But sometimes if I just want to set myself up and set the mind up right for the day, just think about something positive. Think about an idea, a dream, a reality, or like a lifestyle thing, like something even motivating. Or like one day, like my friend and I are thinking of planning holidays, I'd be thinking about the holiday, and I'd be going down rabbit holes. Because during that thinking hour, I don't know, it's something about it. You can't deviate from it for like an hour. You just go down a rabbit hole. It's so weird. But I really like it because these days especially I've been leaning it into positive thoughts. So when thinking it, so I get to work at 5:30, throw the positive music on or podcast on, and then when thinking hour arrives, where I usually take the AirPods off and stuff, I'm kind of going down rabbit holes, really breaking it down and going really detailed into it, and then I come up with really good ideas. And yesterday I've come up with a good idea for finding new potential clients for my business. So just pulled up now, about to head in. I'll try to get some recording this time of the work that I might be doing, or I just might get some library content in without looking like a complete weirdo. Don't expect me to be walking around the library holding a camera up to my face. I will not be doing that. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. We'll see how the day unfolds. Still a lot of will I be going to this, will I be doing that. I'm just gonna see how the day unfolds. But at the moment, right now, get into the work. So bag check, phone check, card check, AirPods check, water bottle check, school bag check with laptop in it check. We're all set. So lads, was just tucking into a bit of outreach, a bit of video editing and some study of whatever module exams were coming up at the time. So yeah, that took up the bare bones of that study session, and was lucky enough to secure myself a solid seat. This one's quite fancy, you can lift the desk up and down and all that cool stuff. Not that I use any of that, I just use the laptop, but it's handy. Get a bit extra leg room, bit of extra space, bit of privacy. So yeah, I was laughing. What's up lads? It's the morning of the next day and I am doing a little photo shoot. Just joking. Saw this side, saw this little corner of my house, thought it'd be nice for a change of aesthetic for the video, so, or for my social media content and YouTube. This will be going on YouTube. So yeah, just getting that set up now. We'll see how it works. First time doing it. Have this vision in my head of what I want it to look like, so let's see how close to that we can get to. It's only very basic wire, little ring light, nice little warm lighting in the middle. That your little guru wall right there, and it's the dream. Oh, shaking. These vlogs might just end up, I apologise for the turbulence, these vlogs might just end up turning into a weekly movie type thing, because honestly I just can't record for a full day at the moment. I just don't. I won't. I can, but I just won't. So it looks like these are slowly turning into weekly kind of things, or a couple of days worth of recording. Just finished work now, off tomorrow, so I get so excited when I get a full night's sleep. Like the last 2 days I've gotten about 3 or 4 hours each per night, but sure, I'm young, it doesn't matter. And I'm happy with the work that I've got done yesterday anyway, so I don't really care. But Today was one of the exact days why I love working in Dublin. So you get paid part-time, obviously, it's just a part-time gig working in this supermarket, but it's so mindless, you just get to think. And I've had so much good thoughts hit me that I've just been jotting down on notes, jotting down on notes, jotting down on notes. Again, thinking hour was just on fire this morning. I was just like, think about this. I had no idea that hit my mind. I expanded on it, and all of a sudden I was just thinking. And I share it with one of the staff members who was really nice. And he gave me a great idea. And I'd be thinking about that. And this was from yesterday's conversations and today's. And I was just thinking. And all of a sudden you have so much ideas coming out of work. It's 11 o'clock. Well, I finished early today, so it's actually 10 o'clock right now. I have the whole day ahead of me, and I have a bunch of ideas. The sun's great, the weather's nice, the temperature's warm. Life couldn't be better. Best coffee in the game, by the way. 3 Foods, best coffee. But a lot of ideas, a lot of great things to work on, a lot of new angles that I can explore today. And I have to get around, I have to get through my lectures, have to get through my study, have to get through training, and I might be going out for tonight for a rag. Right lads, I realize I just need to film an outro to this vlog, to be honest. I'll see you guys in the next one.